Howdy folks, Ben from Snowies. Today I want to show you these Coleman Glacier Ice Boxes. Now these are a step up from your standard esky or cooler, I suppose, as we've kind of come to know them. A little bit more thought out, great to throw on the back of the ute, good for fishermen, general camping and the likes, and they've got that rugged kind of appeal to them. Before we dive in, we've got loads more content like this on our channel, so make sure you like and subscribe below. Now let's jump into the product. Now there's two sizes. You've got the 50 litre version here, which is 72 cans worth, and this weighs about 10 kilos, measures 72 in length, 40 in width, and about 43 centimeters in height. And then you've got the 70 litre version here, which will take 133 cans, weighs 12 kilos, 77 centimeters in length, 42 centimeters in depth, and 44 centimeters in height. Now, these are both equivalent apart from their dimensions and how long they'll keep ice cool for. So Coleman claim this will keep ice for up to 5 days. Now that's if you put ice in there pre-cooled and don't open and close it all the time, it'll keep it for 5 days. The one down the bottom here, when it's full, will be for up to 6 days. So slight differences in the sort of science behind how quickly that cools down. Now it's made with a blow molded HDPE. So they've got that same sort of feel that I guess the standard durable cooler would buy, not the heavy duty ones, but this is a slightly lighter weight material, but it's made still with durable construction, and then it's teamed up with stainless steel hardware. So all of this is a stainless steel hardware. Bit of a tour around the outside. We'll start with the back. Now these have got hinges that are screwed into the icebox here. There's a little keeper inside to stop the lid from coming too far back, but not much else to see on the back here, but you will notice the black bumpers on the bottom here. So these are designed obviously a little bit of protection. So if it is bouncing around the back of the ute or a four-wheel drive, this offers a little bit of protection. While we're down there, we'll show you the bottom. So this is a sort of semi-rubbery feeling kind of foot on the bottom here. You've got 4 of those. And not much else to see on the bottom here, just the areas where you can see the construction would have been that they've injected foam and stuff inside. On the ends here, this end, you've got the handle. So it is a bit of a lip there that you could hold it without the handle, but ideally you use this handle. Now these just fold up against the icebox there, so they stick out the side. They don't come up over the top here, but they don't pinch your hands. They'll stop right there. This has got a rubberized feel to it, this section here, and the handle pivots back and forward. It sits nice and flush, so when it is in storage, this sits flush here. This is a bottle opener here, but also doubles as a spot to put a strap down through, if you like. So you could put a strap through there or something to tie it down if you wanted. That is just secured with a couple of screws on there, and this is all screwed in here as well. So it's not integrated, it's just attached on the outside. Below that, you've got an interesting drain. It's got actually 2 ports on here. So you've got a little lid on there. Firstly, I guess you could put a hose or something on there if you were draining it away from where the ice box is, or you wanted to continually drain it. You could put a hose, a rubberized hose over the top of that one. Stainless steel cable to keep that on, and then you've got a secondary lid there as well, which opens up a nice big drain so you can drain it nice and quickly, and that's also attached with a stainless steel cable on there, so you can't lose those. That's just on one end. And both of those stay attached. If you undo both, they'll just hang off the side. If we have a look at the other end, same deal, but you don't have the drain on the bottom, so you've got the same handles up here. You've got another bottle opener, so you don't have to walk up the other end of your icebox to open your bottles, and you can use this as a bit of a tie down too, if you like. Around to the front, you've got a lockable mechanism here, so there's a hole here that goes through to this section underneath, so if you do want to lock it to keep your fish secure, you can do that so people don't steal your catch. Not much else to see on the front here apart from the logo, but you do have these latches here. Now these are stainless steel latches. They operate by lifting this up, and this looped latch just sits over the top of the lid here, and that's just secured in underneath here with some little rivets. So the latch itself is easy to function. It's not hard to do up and undo. Probably just want to make sure these sit nice and flat when they're undone, but that sits secure, so it's not going to get caught on much. One on both sides. The lid then opens up, and you can see you've got this hole here and this hole here where those marry together in order to put the padlock. And then up underneath here, it's a siliconized gasket in under here. So it's not an afterthought. It's quite a durable gasket that sits against this little ridge that runs around the top here, so it seals nice and firmly against the lid. As we open this, underneath the lid, just a smooth finish here. You can see where the construction elements here, where they've injected the insulation. You've got around about probably 4 to 5 centimeters of insulation here, I would say. It varies in different spots, but 4 to 5 centimeters of insulation. And around this side here, you've got a stainless steel cable that's riveted to the lid here, and this is what stops the lid from going back too far. So that's just riveted in here and at the top. This element here isn't included, that's just there to stop people stealing what's inside here, but this is a really quite a functional sort of feature of this icebox. You've got this basket here that can sit anywhere on either side. You could even, I think you can, yes, you can put that in that section there if you liked. That's this, when you cut this off, you can remove these separately, but this is actually a fillable divider. So it's got a lid on here that will take, I don't know what it says, it doesn't say how many liters of water, but you can fill that with water, freeze that then becomes a cooler that goes in your ice box, and it acts as the divider as well. You can put it here, or you can put it at this end here, however you like. They're not available as a second item or as a separate item, but I guess if you found something else, you could create another divider here to create 3 sections if you liked. Other things to show you on the inside, not much to see in here, just a smooth finish, nice rounded bits on the bottom there, so it's nice and easy to clean. This end here, you'll see where the bung is. It's sort of divided out so or carved out a bit so when the water sits in here, it runs down here and it's easy to tip out of that large opening on the side there. Now, as I mentioned, the features inside here, everything about this icebox is the same as the larger one underneath. The only difference being this is a 70 can capacity. The one underneath is a 72 can capacity. And the only other consideration here is that the smaller one will not fit bottles like this upright. So I can't close this down. If you want to fit upright bottles in one of these, get yourself the 70 litre version at the bottom here, or the 133 can version, because they will fit these bottles upright. Otherwise, you can fit cans stacked one on top of each other in this guy here quite comfortably. So you can fit heaps and heaps of soft drinks in there. These are going to have to lie down. You can't lie them down this way. You have to lie them down lengthways like this. So you can still use it. You can still fit them in there. You just can't fit them upright. If that's a deal breaker for you, then check out the 70 litre or 133 can version on the bottom there. It's otherwise the same features, just slightly larger. The most important element I forgot to mention was on the lid here is it does have a measuring element here, so you can measure your catch before you throw it in your cooler and make sure that it is legal. Otherwise, that is the Coleman Glacier Ice Boxes, a step up from your regular esky or ice box that you can buy from most retail outlets. This is a little more rugged, designed to sit in the back of your ute in a campsite, packs nice and efficiently. Check these out online at Snowy's and in store.